Good morning, students. Today, there is a good news for you that we are going to start our moral science class. This is your moral science or value education book, and we are going to start our moral science class today. So, this is the first class, and I am going to start the chapter 1. Okay, before starting the class, I just want to tell you something. We are going to read moral science. So what is moral science? Here is a book for you for moral science. You have to read it. You have to answer the questions. You have to learn the lessons. But above all these things, I want to tell you, moral science is not only a book for learning lessons or doing question answers or giving exams. Moral science or value education is very important for our life and making our character, to build up our character. We read every chapter and there is a moral and there is something which teaches us and which give us something about our life, how to build up our life, how to be good in our life. That is the thing. You just not only don't do that. Don't do just only read the chapter and write down the question answers. Not only do that. You just learn the things. You just try to realize the thing. You just try to apply those things in your life. That is the aim or ambition of teaching moral science. Okay, so be very serious and sincere about building up your character and your career, and this is the time to build up your character more strongly. Now, the first chapter of moral science is old is gold. Old is gold. This is very important thing. So Mother Teresa said, what did she say? We just going to read it. The fruit of silence is prayer. So prayer, we don't pray in a noisy or shouted manner. We just have to keep quiet and offer our prayer to our God. The fruit of prayer is faith. And if we pray something, and the fruit that comes from prayer is faith. The fruit of faith is love, and from faith, love generates. The fruit of love is service, and if you love someone, then you can serve that person, isn't it? So service is the fruit of love. The fruit of service is peace, and when you serve someone, you may live in peace. Swami Vivekananda said in his immortal lines that if you serve someone who is in need, that means you are serving God. Okay, so that should be the way of our life which we live and which we practice every day, which we do in our daily life. We should try to help someone. We should try to offer something to someone according to our own capacity. Okay, so let's start reading. We live in an age to which many labels are attached. The labels are attached to the age in which we are living. Some call it the post-Cold War era. Some call it the post-industrial revolution age. You know all these terms because you read in these terms in your history book, revolution age, while others called it the age of the internet. Without internet, nowadays we are nothing. And presently, in our this online tuition and all online classes, it is more valuable thing for us. But all agree that it is also the age of longevity, because everything has been advanced, and medical science with all these things advanced, and with the help of medical science, the longevity of humankind has been expanded. in the second half of the 20th century, 20 years have been added to the average lifespan. So we are living a big or a great life according to the science. Thanks to advancement in medical science, as I have told you, due to the advancement of medical science, we are living in so big a life and technology. Many kinds of diseases and epidemics have been totally eradicated. The vaccines have been invented by the scientists, and some kinds of very valuable medicines have been invented, and no more disease is not curable to us. So we are able now to eradicate those diseases thanks to the discovery of the antibiotics and other medicines. Hospital facilities have improved and surgery can perform miracles. So by surgery and by medication, doctor seems to all of us like God. In the first 3 decades of the recent century, more than 1/3 of the world's population will be over 60. All this has caused many problems. In earlier years, in a family, there used to be a husband, a wife, some children, and 1 or 2 grandparents. Now it is changing. Now the form of the family is changing. There is a husband, a wife, 1 child, 4 grandparents, and some great grandparents, all dependent upon the wage earner. So all these people are dependent upon the person who is only earning the livelihood. Moreover, women nearly everywhere are living longer than men. Many of these women have dedicated their lives to their families as housekeepers and mothers. So the role of a woman is very big. She lives a longer life and she dedicates her life to the service of her family. Not only in her service sector, also in our family, to each and every member she does a lot of things. Unfortunately, they become victims of chronic diseases like arthritis, asthma, blood pressure, and diabetes. These diseases are very common among women because they live a very strong and very much hard life. They also suffer from malnutrition. Still, they are burdened with responsibilities of looking after the young or a partner who is equally old and feeble. At the same time, like our grandmother or our mother, she is taking care of her husband who is equally old like her. But it is her responsibility to look after him. But the grandfather or the father sometimes do not take so much care as she takes about them. Associated with old age is also formation. Go to the next page. Of cataract and glaucoma, which cause a major hindrance to the elderly in their activities of daily living and result in their greater dependence on the younger people at home for even simple chores. So cataract and glaucoma that develops in eye make their life very difficult. In the remote villages of India, in the villages which are not so much advanced still now, many of them turn blind because lack of careness. No one cares about them and their cataract turn them into blind. Sometimes these elderly grandparents are abandoned by their families. They left alone, who are unable to look after them due to lack of money and acute poverty. They are very poor. In villages, some persons are still very poor, some families are still very poor, and they don't have the ability to take care about them, to give proper medicines or medication to them. So that is why they left abandoned and lack of proper treatment. They go blind and often they died of some chronic diseases. There are old age homes that look after the poor, old, and feeble people. There they are also given opportunities to earn a living by caring for poultry, making papas, or weaving cloth. So this kind of things has been turned their life a little bit helpful, easier. These help them to be independent. In 1991, the United Nations General Assembly adopted an 18-point program called the Principles of Older Persons. So we all know the name United Nations, and the General Assembly is an organ of United Nations. So they take this kind of program of Principles of Older Persons. According to it, every elderly person has the right to live with dignity, because they have their own dignity, they have their respect, they deserve respect. They shall have access to adequate food, water, shelter, clothing, and health care. So all these things, they deserve all these things as a human being, and as an elderly person, they have taken care their young ones so for a long time, and that is why they deserve all these things properly. They should be given opportunities to work and earn a living, and they have the right to live their life happily and in a easy way. So in India, we have a long tradition of care, love, and respect for the elders. We bow before our parents and grandparents to seek their blessings, because they are very much experienced and they are elder to us. Shyam, now it's a story of some person. Shyam was asked by his father to fetch an earthen bowl from the market. So it's clear to all of you. He was asked by his father to bring a earthen bowl from the market. When asked for the reason, the father replied that his grandmother, who was old and feeble, was in the habit of dropping too many teacups which broke. Anup said nothing. Next day he fetched 2 such earthenware bowls. When asked for the reason, he said, Papa, I got one for you. When you too will get old and feeble, I will need it for you. So that was the lesson for the father. That was the lesson from the son to the father, that you will be grow old too, and this will be your condition when you will grow old. So if I give you this kind of earthen bowl to you, then what will be your emotions and what will you think about me? You will be shattered, completely shattered. Your heart will break. His father was dumbstruck. Nothing was left to him to say to his son. He realized that all of us get old someday. If we treat the elderly in the house so rudely, so recklessly, so cruelly, our children will do the same to us, because they are learning from us. Children learn whatever we do in our home. Children learn from the elder persons and they imitate the things which the elder persons do. Physically and mentally, same to us. Older persons should be able to live in with dignity and security. They deserve the security because they have taken care for us for a long time. When we were child, we were not be able to take care of ourselves. They have taken care of us. Now it is their time to be taken care by us. And security, and to be free from exploitation physically and mentally. So they are not subjected to be exploited or physically or mentally. What can you as students do to help the aged? So always remember, students, always remember that as a student, you have your rights, you have a part to play in this society, to make it morally strong. If there is a grandparent at home, make sure you treat him or her with love and respect. We should love and respect our grandparents and the aged person where we have we can watch them. If they want you to do and ask for some task, never refuse them. Don't refuse your grandparents if they ask you to do something. Remember, you will also grow old one day and may need help. Make sure that the elderly members of the family have enough to eat. They definitely cannot eat lots of food because they have grown old. But nutritious foods like milk, fruits, and soft cooked vegetables, because the strength of teeth is no more with them, so they need soft cooked vegetables, help to keep them healthy. They love your company. They tell you stories when you were a child, but if you grow older, you are no longer wish to hear the stories from your grandparents. But that doesn't mean you leave the company of those persons who are so dedicated to you. You have to spend some time with you because they have dedicated their whole life to you. So speak to them about school and read a newspaper to them whenever possible. Listen to their stories. Some of them have fascinating stories to tell of their younger days. So they have lots of stories to tell you. You should have listened to them because they are very much experienced and they have the stories of their life too, which will be some lessons to you. If you listen to them very carefully, you will learn a lot of things that will help you to live your life more peacefully and more strongly without any obstacles. So till their younger days, when the world was quite different, there is tremendous power in blessings. You know, if you take care of them, they will bless you. And with the power of blessings, you will achieve. There is tremendous power in blessings. You know, if you take care about them, if you spend some time with them, give them company, they will bless you, they will love you, and they will give their full blessings to you. And with their blessings you can achieve success in your life. When a happy elderly person blesses you for being good, loving, and kind, you certainly feel happy about it. You will feel that, you can feel that if you do something for someone who is not able to do it themselves, so you will feel certainly happy. That itself is your reward. Your happiness is your reward. Your peace of mind is your reward. The year 1999 was celebrated as the International Year of the Older Person, with a theme, a society for all ages. This is the society we have to live here all together, whether he is a child or a aged person. It means that the world, and we should think over each one about each one. We should not think over only of us. We should have to think all about the all people of our society. It means that the world belongs to people of all ages, and the older people too have a right to happiness. They have right to be happy. They want to be happy, and they want to also live their the end of the life happily, and they deserve to end their life happily. So this is the moral, students, of this chapter. You should read it very carefully. Look here, old persons need company of young ones, so that they renew their contact with life. Because you know that old is the second childhood. Old age is called the second childhood. In our childhood, we were very much dependent on our elder persons. We were not able to walk ourselves. We need soft food to digest, and we don't have teeth on that time. So in our aged, when we grow older, in old age, it is also called the second childhood, because in that age also we lost our teeth, we lost the power or strength of our legs, we don't walk so strongly, we don't digest our food so easily, so we need soft food for that. Okay, so that is why it is called our second childhood. And like a child, you should take care of your old age grandparents and the old age persons in your surroundings. Okay, so that is all for today. I will give question answers in my next class to you. You can answer these questions yourself if you can, and I will give some extra questions to you in my next class. Okay, thank you.